Hi and welcome back. I'm Luke Camilleri and this is Carman Conversations, and today we're going to be talking about myth busting of buying a new car, or the misconceptions of buying a new car, and I'm joined by Lauren, who's going to hit me with the top 6 questions around the misconceptions of buying a new car. Welcome, Lauren.
Hello, thanks for having me. First one, Luke, am I getting ripped off if I buy a new car?
Often a question asked, and no, yeah, potentially. If it's been bought the wrong way, I guess. Very, very important that you're dealing through someone that you can trust. Often a referral, word of mouth, reputation is the key. But again, you need to find the right car. It needs to be the right one for you, and not a case of just ringing around on the phone to get a price because you don't know. Do some research, spend some time with the salesperson, and it's really about the relationship, because it might be a car now, but it might be another one in 6 or 12 or 18 months' time. So potentially, but I would like to think, and I can guarantee that the way of buying a new car today is different to what once was, and it should be a case of building a relationship and really finding out what car suits you best, what the motives of the purchase are, and what's going to suit your lifestyle, and guarantee that you'll feel very comfortable in the experience.
Am I silly for buying a brand new car because I lose too much as I drive out the door?
This one's a good one. No. You're going to lose money, I guess. It's a common thing. There's stamp duty and there's registration that's being paid on cars and so on, and which is the same in used cars. So, yeah, the car isn't an asset. It's not as if you're going to buy a car and the car's going to go up in value in 3 years' time or in 2 years' time. So a car will depreciate. But again, it's about making sure that you've got the right deal and a plan in place up here of, am I going to be changing over in 2 years, 18 months or 3 years? And again, have a really good relationship with the dealer to know what your plan is, to make sure that we've structured the loan or structured the deal to best suit you.
Am I going to be saving money in buying a demo over a new car?
Well, this one's probably the most common ask, Lauren, and no, the demo is probably the biggest misconception. A demonstrator generally is a car that will be simply a demonstrator. So people will get confused and think, okay, well, can I buy a demo because that's what they've heard everyone else say and you'll save thousands and thousands. Not true. So a demo generally would be part of your stock, and we'll have one of each model and in the different variants. Those cars will have very minimal kilometres on them because they're used for test drive purposes only. And a car is generally, as a demo, would have demo assistance or right back on that car over a period of time, might be 6 months or 12 months. Now that saving that might be over that period of time is this much, is a little bit, not a huge amount. So by the time you've actually worked the price back on that car, re-added stamp duty because it is a second-hand car, you're very close to the new car transaction as it is. Car may be 12 months old, it may have had a year of its warranty already gone, it may not be the colour you want, really, as opposed to a new car. The colour you want, starting a 5-year warranty, registered the first time in your name, I know which way I'd rather go. The other side is that you may be saving a lot of money on a demo, that demo might be an older car that's been around for a long, long time. Don't get caught up in seeing a car that might be a demo that's done 6,000 or 7,000 Ks. That's not a demo, that's a used car. A used car, and if I was looking in a yard and I've seen a car that's done 7,000 Ks, that is not a demonstrator. That's a car that's been driven. And a lot of people still today are only doing 6,000 and 7,000 Ks in 12 months. So don't get caught what's a used car and what's a demonstrator car, but a demo should be something very, very small in kilometres. But yeah, you're not going to save $7,000 or $8,000 or $9,000 as people think that it will be.
What about the people who think their trade-in value is actually worth more because they've seen it online?
So the trade-in value, and this is a topical one, and it'll really depend on the market, but a lot of the people, and after being in the industry for 27 years and this being my passion, a lot of people will say, oh no, I've seen that my car's worth, I can get 15 grand for my car, and the question will be, whereabouts have you got your $15,000? Well, I've seen online, or I've seen in Red Book or Glasses Guide. These are indicative prices for what people's car might be worth as a replacement value. It may be an insurance cost. It may be as a trade value, as a equalisation from what they've seen on other cars. This isn't real money, and this isn't a yard where you can turn up and they're going to give you the money for the car. So that, a lot of the time, the other part they see is that their car that they're trading, they might have seen similar ones to it for $19,990 in the yard. Now, they see them at $19,990 in the yard, that doesn't mean their car's worth 20 grand. You've got to keep in mind in that $19,990 the stamp duty that the car would attract. There's roadworthy costs that the car would need. Potentially may have needed tyres. There's rego that the car may have needed, so you may need to pay for rego. There's also a load fee of holding the car and rents paid back to the yards. There's detailing costs that'll come to it. There's commission costs from the salespeople needing to sell. So a 19,990 car may mean that car may be valued at $15,000, and that's paying for the on costs until it gets to that. The other part of that is that the car might be advertised at 19,990. That doesn't mean that's what the next person's going to pay for that car. So this is a lot of people might see that, and I would recommend if you're doing your research for your cars online, don't look at the retail value and think that's what you'll get for your trade-in, because you won't.
What if I said to you, I'll just shop around until I get the best price?
Yeah, and people are more than welcome to go and shop around. And but again, my biggest thing, and I think that dealerships are built on, or car buying is built on reputation. And reputation comes from relationship, and relationship comes from spending the time to find out what you need. Now, I can pick up the phone and I can ring around any dealership, and I want this price, and I've had this price, and can I beat it? But you can drive 45 minutes an hour to that dealership, and you might get that price beaten by $50. But what about the relationship? Are you going to like the person? Do they have the car in stock? Are they going to offer you the after-sale service? Is their phone going to be available to keep answering those questions? Are you going to have a relationship with them? So to me, I would rather invest that time rather than ringing around for an hour on the phone, spending an hour with the dealer, having a good conversation and saying to them, I want to build a relationship here because I want to buy more cars. That's where you'll get your best deal, and the trust will come in there from both parties, which will be fair and reasonable.
Is going through a broker cheaper?
Again, it comes down to relationship. So a broker simply works on the way of they will have relationships with 7 or 8 different dealers. You can ring in and say, I want to buy this car. And they will just ring around and around and around and around until they say to you, yes, Lauren, I can buy this car at this price for you. But you might need to drive to Nambour, or you might need to drive to Toowoomba, or you might need to drive to Ipswich to go and pick this car. Now, again, you don't know who you're dealing with. After sale service, conversation with that person, relationship. Unless you've got a relationship with that broker and you can trust them, and that the car's coming from the same place, you've got to think of longevity. And to me, you might be buying a car, you want to plan. So your plan might be, I want to buy a car every 18 months, or I want to turn over my car every 2.5 years. The other part of that is, are they going to have the information from a finance point of view with guaranteed future value? Are they going to be able to update you about what updates are available in the car? This is a run-out model. The new one is coming with the latest addition in technology. They're unaware of this, that we live and breathe this. So brokerages, yes, they'll try and shop and get you a best price. What comes with it, I can't guarantee. I'm sure there's plenty more that are out there that we haven't covered in our top 6. And if you do have these, I'd be happy to discuss them and go through them. And they might be anything that you're unsure of. They might not be actual misconceptions. They might be just general questions that you're unsure of. Best thing there, head to my Instagram, LDC_01. Send me a DM directly, and I'm happy to go through it with you, and we'll talk about these things. Because to me, the most important is about relationship and communication to get the right deal for you, and I can give you the advice. From Car Buying Conversations, one thing I've learned is what I'm trying to promote here is that I want you to be looked after, and I want you to have that peace of mind when you're buying that car, that it's a really happy experience for you, and that you want to recommend me and want to refer people back to me and be really happy that you've got a car man that you can trust and rely on.